When I start shooting, all y'all gonna clear out.
On this channel, we often talk about the second golden age of fighting games. And I know there's a lot of players who laugh every single time I say it. And it is funny how we're in the second golden era of fighting games, but then so many fighting games that release, they end up getting canceled, they end up getting short-staffed, or they release and it's just full of controversy because the games is making some wild decision in terms of story, in terms of roster, in terms of DLC, or in terms of straight up balance. Some of these are announced, some of these have released, some of these are yet to come. From the year 2021 to 2022 to 2023, this is the year of the heavy hitters, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Following up, you had some more bangers, which was Tekken 8 and Dragon Ball Sparking. In 2025, one of the biggest games to drop was City of the Wolves. As for 2026, there's still some big things to come, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. And just recently, for Virtua Fighter, we have a tweet here from the lead developer who says, "Heads up, there was a Japanese post and it's not Virtua Fighter related. New Virtua Fighter updates still need a little bit more time, but they're on the way." Someone responds and says, "So excited," and they bring up Summer Games Fest, which triggers a response where they show an emoji with the hand over the face. I'm not going to throw the word confirmed out there, but let me just say this. I'm looking forward to the Summer Games Fest because Virtua Fighter could do something massive there. But this video is not about Virtua Fighter, even though a lot of us are anticipating the release of that game oh so much. We're talking about Bandai Namco and a new fighting game that it seems like they are making. Now, you guys may be aware of who this developer is. We talk about this person from time to time. For those of you who don't know, this person is the Tekken 8 matchmaking netcode advisor. A couple of weeks ago, he was going very in detail about how Tekken 8 system works, but just recently, he made a new tweet that is now deleted, but we still have the information because nothing's truly gone from the internet, where they were talking about a brand new fighting game that Bandai Namco is looking to create. Shout out to Dell because this guy is on it, he's fast, and he made a tweet about it. Bandai Namco are looking for game designers to help them develop a new fighting game. Fighting games are eating good this decade. And you can see here it's a job listing for Bandai Namco Studios. For those of you who don't know what Bandai Namco Studios is, it's a subsection of Bandai Namco Entertainment. And within Bandai Namco Studios, you have things like Tekken. Basically, it's their whole game division, right? Bandai Namco Studios is their whole entire game division, and Tekken is a part of. And they're also looking to hire new people for fighting games. Now, immediately, a lot of people jump to a new Soul Calibur game. Someone in the comment section can say specifically how many years it's been since Soul Calibur, I believe, 7 dropped. And currently, it's the only fighting game that is missing from the new lineup. Virtua Fighter is on the way, DOA just got announced, Tekken 8 is out, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, all of them are here except for Soul Calibur. Now, I do know that Soul Calibur only sold 2 million copies. Some people would consider that a flop. Some people would say that's right on par with what Soul Calibur normally does. Will Bandai Namco decide to make another Soul Calibur game? For those of you who don't know, when Harada worked at Bandai Namco, he used to oversee both projects, Tekken 8 and Soul Calibur. So with him being gone, maybe a new person will be brought in to oversee that project. When we look at the next tweet that Dell has, it says an online NPC in a fight game. And they list out all of these responsibilities that this person will be taking on. It says game system design, game specifications creation, planning work related to communication and network, which is online battle, online lobbies, ranking, etc. So that basically confirms all those things for whatever game this is. It says drawing up battle character specifications, which I have no clue what that means. I am trying to read between the lines here and see if anything sounds something like character creation, because we know that's what Soul Calibur deals a lot in, even more so than Tekken. It also says battle balance adjustments, which makes sense if the game is going to be online. Implementing a character control script. So this sounds like basically something that would allow you to move and control the character. And then it says drawing up 3D effects, sounds, and stages, and giving production instructions. So that at least confirms that there will be some kind of 3D dynamics with the stages, sounds, and everything. So that's a 3D game. Planning and creating NPC characters. Now, this is pretty interesting because whenever you hear the word NPC, you think of a world that you can explore. GTA, The Witcher, Cyberpunk, going up and talking to people, hitting X on a prompt and, hearing what they say and getting the quest to go completing it. If Soul Calibur get something like that, it would be insane. But also, what is this? I wonder if this is going to be something like Tekken Lounge, But instead of having, you know, like a Harada avatar just stand there and you just click X and then you just complete whatever mission, I wonder if the NPCs will be like moving around and doing stuff in the metaphorical lounge, and then it's more of a lived in environment, kinda. It says, planning work related to character customization. That sounds like Soul Calibur. The more I read, the more Soul Calibur I see. Creating game scenarios, formulating animations, supervising voice recordings, preparing scripting, and handling implementation, formulating development schedules, and managing processes. This is a lot of things for one person to take on, at least so it seems. Maybe this is how game development works naturally, and this person will be juggling all of these different ideas. But now, when you read this and you look at the full listing, it makes sense why they deleted it, because it says so much about what this game is, and we could speculate whether or not it's going to be Soul Calibur or it's going to be something else. But I'm really interested to hear what you guys think. You know, I've been saying that I want to see a lot of new fighting games and like a lot of new ideas, a lot of new IPs, especially 3D fighting games. We got a lot of 2D and team fighting games, so let's get some more new 3D games. But also, a big part of me wants this to be a new Soul Calibur. Those games have always been super cool, and it's always been like Tekken but different. Some Tekken players feel like without Soul Calibur, all the Soul Calibur devs are coming over to Tekken and making Tekken into Soul Calibur. Something that I did think was interesting about this as well, the estimated yearly salary is 350,000 to 550,000 yen, which is about 2,000 to 4,000 a month. The reason why this is interesting is because we always talk about how much it costs to make a fighting game, and we bring up the employees' pay and how that's a big part of it. And with this job posting for Bandai Namco, we get the most up-to-date what these developers are actually making, at least in the Bandai Namco world. This would also be very funny if it was Tekken 9 that they were developing. It sounds funny to say out loud, but when you think about it, Tekken 8's development started all the way back in 2020. We know this specifically because the developer said they were working on Clive around that time. So this job listing and everything that it described could very much be the next Tekken, and the NPCs and all of that stuff, the character customization and online matchmaking, that could be what we're looking at. Regardless of what this game would eventually go on to be, whether that's Soul Calibur 8, whether that's Tekken 9, whether that's a brand new fighting game never seen before, we know for certain that Bandai Namco has not given up on fighting games. Sparking Zero was listed in their book reports as being a huge success. Even though Tekken 8 hasn't crossed any milestones in the past 365 days, the franchise as a whole has more copies sold currently than Street Fighter, and also Tekken 8 has more active players than Tekken 7 ever did. Yes, Tekken 8 looks a little rocky. Season 3 can definitely fix that. Players, even though they're a little weary, they still want to believe and want to play the game. It's not truly dead and over yet, and whatever this new product they're creating, whatever they're starting up to create, it will take years for it to come out, and they have a whole lot of time that they can learn, invest, and make it the best game ever when it does eventually drop. And by the way, it probably will release on PlayStation 6, not PlayStation 5. Keep that in mind. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.